Hi, I'm Esmond, a four-time Worlds competitor from Hong Kong. Yesterday, TPC announced the details for Worlds invite requirements in Asia Pacific, including national events for Hong Kong players. There are two stages of nationals this year. The preliminary stage, with a best-of-1 online rating system similar to the Global Challenge but limited to Hong Kong players. Top 64 players advanced to Hong Kong National, played in best-of-1 single eliminations. Such regulation is truly a huge disgrace to our VGC competitors. Speaking of the preliminary stage, the level of attendance of majors are generally between 50 to 90 players. There's literally no proper grounds for TPC to organize a preliminary stage which forces players to play in a format completely irrelevant to the 2023 Pokemon World Championship. The national phase is even worse. Top 64 single elimination is a complete tragedy, with best-of-1 and closed team sheet making things even worse. The purpose of the event is to select the best players in Hong Kong, a proper representation of the region, with the ability to analyze the metagame, team build, and game plan, to compete in the international level. Yet, the event could only select players with being sufficiently lucky in matchups, even if a player preps extremely well, has meta-defining teams and world-class plays. Losing one poor matchup in the round of 64 can lose him the entire tournament. So why might TPC consider such a tournament structure? Let's talk about the Pokemon VGC history in Hong Kong. It all began in 2015. Hong Kong was part of Asia Pacific, adopting the TPCI, the Pokemon Company International CP structure. Players would compete in majors in other countries such as Taiwan and Singapore to gain championship points. In 2016, the first and only Hong Kong National was held. In 2017, it became International Championship, IC, held in Australia. Yet the CP system remains until 2019. Since 2015, there has been a decent number of world invites earned. In 2015, 2 Masters and 1 Senior player represented Hong Kong at Worlds. In 2016, there were more than 10. 3 of them made Day 2 and 1 of them made top 16 at Worlds. In 2017 to 2019, there were 4, 8, and 5 Worlds invites, respectively. Since COVID in 2020, tournaments became online. TPC took over Asia Pacific regions. We no longer had the opportunity to compete for CPs. In 2021, Players' Cup was organized. In 2022, Nationals with best-of-3 Swiss Top Cut format was co-organized by Nintendo and TPC, summing to a total of 5 Worlds invites in Hong Kong. Starting from this year, TPC took full control of the event, adopting to a similar system to the Japanese representation system, restricting the total number of Hong Kong Worlds invites to 4. Countries like Japan and Korea were regulated by TPC for many years. Due to having huge numbers in participation, such as Japan, with up to 40,000 players, it is practically impossible to organize offline preliminaries. Global Challenge would be feasible for Japan, therefore. Although they had single elimination before, they had adopted the Swiss Top Cut format in recent years, with Top Cut being best of 3. In 2023, TPC has changed the tournament structure once again. Taiwan, with online preliminaries, top 128 advanced to double eliminations. In Singapore, Malaysia, and Philippines, there were only online ratings. In Hong Kong and Thailand, there were online preliminaries, with top 64 advancing to single eliminations. So why do we actually play the game? Back in the CP system, there used to be regular locals, up to 2 locals per month, making new friends, competing and watching live streams, making huge laughs about hacks moments, enjoying happy moments about the game. That is why many of us play the game. We don't only play to compete at Worlds only. To many players, competing at an international level is their dream. What are the possible grounds for TPC to disgrace us with all these? Do they really not know such a tournament structure is bad? I wouldn't believe it. They have organized events for so many years, they do know what is bad. Just that, they do not care. Complete ignorance. As a player from Hong Kong, I must clearly state to TPC, it is a huge effort for players to prepare and compete in a tournament. Please do respect us, respect our effort. Please acknowledge our respect to World Championships. Do not disgrace us with such a shit tournament structure. If you cannot treat Asian players equally, please send us back to TPCI and the CP system. We want to play the game. We want to play properly. We want to compete properly. Pokemon is a global game. Asian players deserve a fair chance. APAC plays Pokemon.